What's up, E.D.G family? Kevin here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a taste and a little bit of a talk. What I have going on here is from a brewery, local brewery in Kansas, in El Dorado, and they're Walnut River, I believe that's right. Yeah, right there. Walnut River Brewing. And this is a little different. I like the concept here, and I have tasted both of these before. I have a coffee Kolsch, and that is actually called Angel's Blend. And then I also have a Devil's Blend, and it is a coffee porter. So the first one I actually tried, and I'm gonna try here, is I'm gonna taste here is the coffee porter. I'm a huge fan of porters, and coffee beers are generally up my alley. So I'm gonna do a tasting of that, and then I'm gonna taste. Actually, this is a horrible idea. I have these reversed. I am gonna actually taste the Angel's Blend Kolsch first because it is not quite as heavy, and I don't think I've had these two together actually. And then I'm actually gonna have them together. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm also gonna talk about. So I got a little bit of Angel, Devil, Naughty Nice. I'm gonna be talking about my naughty list, and my naughty list being the games I plan on culling at the beginning of the year. So these games I'm going to get rid of. I might do a giveaway on some of these. We'll have to see. But they're games that I got relatively early on when I got into board gaming, and they're not getting played. So I don't want to keep something I'm not playing. But we're going to do this tasting first. This is the Angel's Blend. This is pretty solid. I like this because it is very smooth, very mellow, but yet it also has a huge coffee flavor. Huge. Definitely more on the back. And is a very rich. I don't usually say that about light beers because they have very yes, you have some rich fruit flavors, hop flavors. But when I think of rich, I'm thinking of, chocolatey coffee flavors, and I am just impressed by how much flavor is in this Kolsch. It's crazy. I don't normally actually like Kolsches. I don't know what it is, but the coffee, it does it for me. I think I'm gonna have to get some more of this stuff. It's quite fantastic, and yeah, that coffee flavor is just. It goes so well with this Kolsch. I don't know if they use a different coffee. I assume they probably use the same exact coffee, and it's probably local, because that's kind of what local breweries do. They share. But I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of these. So, first one I'm actually gonna talk about is a Kickstarter. It's not the first Kickstarter I ever backed. I believe it was my second. So, shame on me. And that is Gloom of Thrones. So, Gloom of Thrones is a Game of Thrones themed version of Gloom. If you don't know what Gloom is, it's kind of a card playing game. You're telling a story by playing cards, and you're basically trying to have the least amount of points. You're trying to have the most unhappy family. This was a game that I think Will Wheaton did on Tabletop, and it was one of the games that my wife was interested in when we were looking at games when I got into the hobby. Unfortunately, this has, I don't know, it's just too take that, especially at a 2-player account. I haven't played it at any other player account other than 2. And we just kind of did not like playing it with each other. And then we didn't really feel like trying to give it another go. So, fortunately, this has taken up very little shelf space, but it's also a game that I don't think I'm ever going to play again. And, yeah, that's Gloom of Thrones. The next game is probably the game I probably played the most out of all of the games in this stack, and that is The Table is Lava. So The Table is Lava is a game I just talked about on a Dexterity video a bit ago, and it is a fun game. It's just a little finicky with how the cards go. You're flicking, sliding these cards, and trying to take meeples out, and sometimes they end up on top of the meeples. I don't really know what you're supposed to do there. You leave the card, you just take it off, you slide it under. I don't know. Doesn't really explain that either because this happens all the time. It's my biggest issue with this game. It's why Habba's Dino World, that is also kind of a flicking game, but you're flicking dinosaurs off a rock, trying to land on other dinosaurs that are cards, just works better for me. This is, like I said, probably the most played one out of this list. But yeah, it's a game that I have so many dexterity games. I love dexterity games, and I can honestly say I don't know when this would get played again. So that is, the table is lava. Alright, so let's talk about this Devil's Blend, because I've had it, and it is very rich. Very, very rich. I don't think there's a whole lot of tasting notes on these. Nope, just... Ooh. Oh no, I thought they had the coffee on there. Let me happy. So we're gonna try this. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't think I've had this since I've had the Angel's Blend. I kept this can because I was like, I'm gonna do a tasting of this, especially after I found the Angel's Blend, and I was like, ooh, this is really good. This is not quite as hard hitting as I initially thought. It is very coffee forward. I'm going to say this because you're probably going to hear me say this on a lot of tastings. I almost wish I could taste the porter without anything else. Because it's very bitter on the back end. Which, don't get me wrong, I love porters. And some of them are very, very bitter on the back end. Some of them are smoother. But I like the variety. So... yeah, they hit hard together. The coffee, the porter. I've had a lot of coffee porters. And this one is just very, very robust together. It's very hard to tell where the coffee ends and the porter begins. Yeah. It's good, but I'm going to do this real quick. This one's, I don't know, I would have never have guessed this. I'm, like I said, huge porter fan, not a Kolsch fan. Yeah, no, this is great. And I don't know if I can layer this. I don't know if we have enough weight on the porter to stay at the bottom, but I am dang gonna try. Okay, so the next one is Century Spice Road. This was a game, like I said, these are all games... I think these are all games I got, like, my first, like, really big board gaming year, when I really got into it, so I'm sure most people do this too, like, oh man, what was I thinking? Don't get me wrong, Century Spice Road is a good game. I've played it 2 or 3 times with people, and that was the problem. I wasn't getting it played enough with people, and I looked up a solo mode on E.D.G. I tried it, I did it a couple times. I have legitimately gave this game a chance, because I don't dislike it. It doesn't get played. And then I picked up Aquatica, and I don't know if anybody else would make the same comparisons that I did with just the card playing system, but it has a actual solo mode on it, and even though it's okay, it still is better than the solo mode for this. So it definitely took its spot in my collection, and I honestly think I could probably get more people to play Aquatica just because of the theme, and I love the card combo system. So that is a game that is definitely... replace this for me. So I wanted to get like the rest of the Centuries games, but like I said, once I just couldn't really get this tabled, I didn't. I wanted to get, I think New World was one of them, and I just I didn't get to it. So funny enough, yeah, Century is I think most people agree Century is a pretty good game. The next 2 on here are, well, I'm gonna eat my own words if I keep continuing. The next game I'm going to talk about is probably the highest ranked game on E.D.G out of all these. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be too surprised about that. And that is Azul. So, this is another game that I couldn't get tabled a ton, but I think I played this game probably 6 to 8 times. I picked this up about the same time I picked up the next one and the last one. Very, very similar time. I like the drafting. The problem is I got this tabled more times in a 2-player situation, and then it just feels like there's a bit of hate drafting, and I don't like that because you have the same board and you could basically do the same thing if you had the same turn. So I feel like that kind of generates a little bit of hate drafting, and I don't like hate drafting. I don't like take that. I don't like hate drafting. If I'm gonna play a take that game, it's gonna be more of a strategic, like, oh wow, how did you pull that off kind of thing, not a, oh, you just did that to be mean. And I feel like you can do stuff just to be mean in this game. But I have played it at like a 3 or 4 player count, and it is good. I think it's a good game. I know why they made so many of them. My issue is I would rather play Isle of Cats. Now, I know that's a polyomino game, and this is a tile drafting game, but there's drafting in both of them. And there's a really good solo mode in Isle of Cats. I think that's fantastic. And the more polyomino games I get, the less I'm going to miss this. So, yeah, this is another game that is headed towards the door. Like I said, I definitely think I'm going to do some giveaways. I think, there's a lot of people that maybe are on the fence about some of these games, and picking up a, decent used copy or, like I said, giveaway might be up somebody's alley. Okay, before we do the last one, I'm gonna let's see if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna pour the porter first, and I'm gonna go 50-50. I think the issue is, I don't know. Some bartender is gonna be like, "Hey, that didn't work because you did it wrong." You're right. It probably won't work because I'm about to do it wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyways. No. I feel like they're mixing, but that's okay. I don't know. It looks lighter up top. Okay. I think they're mixed, but that's okay. Blended beer. People blend shots and beers together. I don't even know if this is a thing. The thing that made me think about this is, yes, this is going to be very coffee forward. That's fine. And yeah, I might not even be able to taste the Kolsch, but it might bring down that, like I said, a bitterness, very robust porter, and just kind of maybe make it feel more like a brown, maybe like a brown coffee. I don't know. But it reminded me of like some of the snake bites and Black and Tan. So I would have liked it if we could have like layered it, but if you know how to do that, leave me a comment because I would like to know. Alright, so the last one I'm going to talk about, and like I said, just 5 on my coal list for right now, there's more, and that is Betrayal and House on the Hill. I really like this game, and I actually think there's somebody that I know I might give this to, if they can get it played, because I have played this with them, I think at least once or twice. This is a fun game. I've had, one of my best experiences was with, was on a lake trip with my in-laws, and their, his brother and his wife, and there were 6 of us, and I had a lot of fun. But you can't play this with less than 3 people, and therefore it's a lot, because I can't play this with my daughter. I actually think I might get the Scooby-Doo version of this game. If you've played that, let me know, because I thinking I might sub this for the Scooby-Doo version, but I'm also on the fence about getting the Simon Scooby-Doo stuff when it's available. Even though I can't get all the extras, I might spend a ton of money on the extras. But we'll talk about that if I do that. But yeah, Betrayal on the House on the Hill. I like this game. I know a lot of people that don't. So that's what I was about to say. Like, these are the highest rated. People are going to like these more than not. But I know a lot of people that have issues with the rules on some of the scenarios. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's another one. Like you said, if you're on the fence, maybe do a giveaway. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. But we're going to taste this, guys. This is the Angels Devils blend. Cheers. That's pretty good. I would say, and I think I mixed that about, oh yeah. If I poured those even, those are even, this is even. Walnut River, don't get rid of these beers. They're both fantastic. They're fantastic together. I would recommend that if you can pick this up. Probably not, because this isn't like a nation. This isn't going to be a worldwide thing. These are very local. But if you ever run across Walnut River, they're very good. They're fantastic. They have a couple other beers that have a really good red. Their IPA is not too bad. I feel like they have multiple IPAs. I think I found one after that one that was really good. They have something else that they came out with recently that's very good. I don't know. But if you can find these guys and you're in Kansas, check them out. They're solid, very good. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. Let me know what you thought about my Cole lists. Are those games you've played you really enjoy? Those games you played had similar experiences? Let me know. Let me know if you have Cole games that you need to get rid of that. I mean, maybe we can work a trade. I don't know. But that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in on Eat, Drink, Game. I'll see you guys on the next one. Much love.